In a world full of negativity and so many obstacles, the question is it possible for someone to make every day a great day, regardless of the circumstances? I believe that everyone's ultimate goal in life is to find happiness. And of course, happiness means different things to different people. For someone who's rich, happiness might mean traveling the world and staying at the fanciest resorts. While for someone who was born with a severe disease, happiness might simply mean waking up day to day without physical pain. Personally, I've always been inspired by people who manage to find happiness regardless of the situations. For many people, happiness is something that is in the future, something to look forward to. But I believe that happiness is something that we should live every day. A few years ago, I used to live life day to day, just hoping for the next day to be better than the one before that. But that wasn't working out for me. I needed something better. That's when I discovered a simple concept called GEMS. G-E-M-S. And it changed everything. I call this concept GEMS because, like a gem or gemstone, as you can see on the board, on the PowerPoint, because it is precious and it holds the secret to leading a happy lifestyle. GEMS is an acronym, and each letter represents an ingredient to making this amazing concept so indispensable to living happily. Now the first letter, and I'm going to show you how. The first letter is G, and G stands for growth. In order to make every single day a great day, the first thing that we have to do is develop a growth mindset. And to do that, we have to completely change the way we see the ups and downs of life. As human beings, we have been conditioned to avoid challenges. As children growing up, our parents taught us to avoid failures at all costs, in the classroom or on the playground. And sadly, as adults, we go into life every day trying to avoid challenges and failures in everything that we do. So we have to recondition ourselves and realize the simple truth that without challenges and failures, there is no life. So instead of trying to avoid challenges every day, we have to embrace them. If there are none, we have to look for some. As state employees, I'm sure that many of us are facing some type of challenge on the job, whether it is with your peers, with your supervisors, or your subordinates, or even on the job itself. There are bound to be challenges. But when faced with those challenges, we have to remind ourselves that these are nothing but opportunities for growth and development. The great Thomas Edison once said, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and it looks like work." So beginning today, let us make a pledge to never ever miss out on an opportunity for growth. Now, in order to make every day a great day, there is another ingredient. And without it, growth is not possible. Would anyone like to guess what E stands for? E stands for enthusiasm. Now, if there's one thing that we can learn from the greatest minds of history, starting from Thomas Edison, Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, to Steve Jobs, all these people have helped to change the world. And one thing they all had in common was relentless enthusiasm. And not to mention the enthusiasm of our own Secretary Jennifer Cohen. And we can see it wherever she goes. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." So let us use the power of enthusiasm to change our lives and to face any challenge that this life throws at us. Some of you might be wondering, how in the world can I show enthusiasm when everything in my life seems to be going wrong? I didn't get the promotion. My bosses don't support me. My staff is not productive, or my health is not cooperating. Whatever it may be. But don't worry. That's where M comes in. Now, M stands for that amazing creation that is our minds. Now, many people make the mistake of basing their happiness on outward circumstances. I was one of those people. I used to blame everything for my problem, but myself. One example is, when I failed my communications class, I blamed it on my accent and the fact that English was not my native language. And I can give you so many more examples. But then I read a powerful book by James Allen titled As a Man Thinketh. And in that book, he talks about how it is our thoughts and not our circumstances that determine our happiness. And one line in the book in particular had the most profound effect on me. It goes like this: man is the master of thought, the molder of character, the maker and shaper of conditions, environment, and destiny. So simply put, regardless of the situation, regardless of the failures, with our mind, we always have the power to make the world anything we want it to be. Now that brings us to S. This ingredient holds the power to unlocking our infinite potential. And S stands for self. We are so busy every single day with the family, of course with the kids, with everything else. Very few of us ever take the time to reflect, to look inward. To me, I think the greatest investment anyone can make is to spend more time with himself, to learn about himself. What are your fears? What motivates you? What inspires you? What are the things that matter to you the most? What are your strengths, your weaknesses, and so on? I've found that the more I know about myself, the more equipped I am to face any situation that the world throws at me. So there you have it. Gems: growth, enthusiasm, mind, and self. This concept has changed my life. Standing here today is as a result of this concept. And applying this simple concept to your life will bring about unimaginable results. With this concept, we no longer have to go through each day simply surviving it. We no longer have to wish Mondays were Fridays, because every day is going to be Friday. Instead, we're going to look forward to each and every single day, because you know you have the power to make it whatever you want it to be. Thank you.